Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading with the intentions of wrapping up 2024 and heralding in 2025. What we need to know, what would be helpful. Nice. Boo Boo coming out to say hello. Hi, Boo Boo. All right, let's get to this reading. Hope this reading finds you happy and healthy and enjoying your journey to becoming more and more yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for co-creating these experiences. So let's get to your reading. All right, the overall energy of this reading is the Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving knight of the deck. The light's a little tricky right now. This knight is green in this image, and behind him is sunflowers, a field of sunflowers. It feels like you are green, heart chakra. You're being yourself. You're showing up as yourself and cultivating, going slowly. It isn't about speed, isn't about getting there the fastest. It's about taking the energy you want with you. So it's less about, I'm remembering being a child with my older brother and having ice cream, some type of dessert, and seeing how slow we could go, how we could enjoy it and savor the sweet treat. We weren't allowed a lot of sweets when we were young. And so we wanted to make it last as long as possible. So there's something here in the same energy about savoring, about really appreciating what you have and the energy in which you are doing whatever activity, that you are bringing in a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, and whatever that means personally for you, whatever creates that happiness for you as an individual. So it isn't about racing and getting to some finish line. It's about the experience that you're having, cultivating joy along the way. Wow. All right. That does feel like something to be mindful of in the new year, and not trying to just get to some goal, but how you arrive there, and with as much enjoyment, savoring, delightful, being yourself, green, so authentically yourself. Wow, okay, got it. In the hidden blessings, we have the Six of Cups. This feels like family energy, childlike energy. Feels like bringing that childlike energy into the new year. Not childish, but childlike. Fun, enjoyment, bringing a new eye, a young spirit to things. So I'm getting, just as an example, kind of an older person mindset might be, meh, very expensive, meh, meh. I've had that experience and meh. So it's a lot of bitter, a lot of closed off. I've experienced that and didn't like it. There's just a lot of that, versus what I'm perceiving here as the hidden blessing is not being that way. Being like, maybe. Being open to things being different than they've been. Open to co-creating with the universe. More play. What do I want to do? with my life. Well, like, what would be fun for me? Not caring about how others, there's something here as well as not allowing others, your family, your friends, anybody get in the way of what is authentically you and what makes you happy. Not so you make everybody mad around you, but so you can show up in a clear way stating, this is who I am, in such a profound way so your people can find you. If you are being 70% yourself, then it's harder for people to find you. If you're only being 30% honest and showing up only 30% yourself, then it's really hard for people to find you, find authentic you. Okay, so something about cultivating, going slowly, caring about yourself, how you're showing up authentically, caring about what you feel, caring about what you desire, caring about what makes you happy, and cultivating that as you go. Not once I get to the end of 2025 and I get to my destination, then I will be happy, then I'll celebrate. That's not how energy works. You have to bring with you and cultivate what's important. And so whatever makes you happy, you have to bring that along the way. Take time to celebrate you. Take time to enjoy life, savor wonder, the energy of wonder, like seeing amazing nature, something that just blows your mind, blows your spirit open, delightful experiences, surprisingly delightful. Wow, Six of Cups again showing up. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. In the hidden blessings, we've got the Empress, Three of Cups, and Six of Cups again. So there's something about your past, about your childhood. It feels like you've healed a lot of childhood wounds. Oh. No wonder it's so important for you to show up as yourself and to cultivate happiness, because it feels like you're attracting your family, your soul family. People who want to celebrate you, people who care about you. This is a lot of cups, upright. No wonder I was getting such a, it's important to be yourself. It's important, it's integral to how you receive. If you are showing up as yourself as much as you can, most of the time aligned, then what's for you just can find you in the experience. And it looks like there's a lot of people who want to support you, a lot of people who are looking for you, want to celebrate you. It feels like there's an ease, also a very loving, nurturing energy coming in. Holy cow. This feels like being in your feminine energy. That's it. So being more balanced, more in your, so not just masculine energy going after something, getting a deadline, getting a goal, then I'll be happy, but bringing in your divine feminine, the reason to do all those things, to have joy, but cultivating joy along the way. There's also, it feels like there's a lot of support coming in. People who want to see you succeed, people who want to celebrate you. This is a huge shift. Feels like if you can allow this into your experience. Wow. All right, what you're leaving behind is the Seven of Pentacles. This is investing in someone or something where you don't get a return on your investment. This isn't talking about transactional relationships, but just being wise about your relationships, not overextending yourself and giving and recognizing, oh, this person doesn't give anything into our relationship. I'm the only one. If I would stop expending energy and giving into this, then the relationship would probably disappear because I'm the only one investing. I think you're leaving behind one-sided relationships. If someone isn't interested in reciprocation, respect, then I think you're leaving that behind. It's just not interesting anymore. It doesn't feel like you take it as personally. You're just like, oh, okay, this person is showing me very clearly by their behavior that they don't care about me. And I'm not going to take on the disrespect and take on what they're trying to create or whatever that means. They're just showing me how much they care. And if they don't care, then that's good information. Yeah, there's a need to take the lead, and Emperor and Strength card, to not overgive. That's also interesting. The Empress showed up in Hidden Blessings. What you're leaving behind is like this cold Emperor energy, or okay, it's giving too much from your masculine energy to try to compensate, to try to get people to care about you. There's a need to take control and just it feels like you have a confidence, or you can tune into your confidence, your strength, and not take how people treat you personally, but just allow it to inform you. Oh, this person's just not investing in me. They're showing me in every way possible that they don't care for me or about me. And so it looks like you're leaving those relationships behind. It's time to take control. It feels like by overgiving to people who don't care about you, that don't give anything back, energy, they don't give respect, they don't give care, they don't give appreciation, then it feels like you're draining yourself. There's a need to take control. Recognize that has more to say about them than you. That's that they're willing to take from people without, so they're not disconnecting from you, and not because I don't care for this. This is the person I'm talking about, the type of person. They're not showing up and saying, I don't want to take from you because I don't want to have this type of relationship. They're taking and taking and taking and not giving anything in return. Yeah, it looks like you're leaving that type of activity behind. There's some maturing in your masculine energy as you stop leaking energy, stop giving to people who don't care, don't want to give back. Wow, it's really bright in here. All right, moving on to how to get the most of this energy is the Ace of Swords in reverse. So Ace of Swords in reverse, lies, untruths. It feels foundational, what we're talking about. some type of deceptive foundation. How to get the most. Yeah, there's someone here. Yes. I think going forward, you've got the Seven of Wands, like you're standing your ground, you're creating healthy boundaries against those who have an issue with you, who communicate in disrespectful, cruel ways, painful ways, who don't want to see you succeed, who don't want you. So what's interesting in this group of energies here is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the overall energy of this reading is the Knight of Pentacles upright. In reverse, it looks like you're standing your ground against those who, naysayers, those who don't want you to have this success. They don't want you to be yourself. They don't want you to have success. And they say a lot to you. It feels like maybe like little jabs, and it feels like people talking about you. There's someone at least, but it feels like yeah. So it looks like you're in the new year, wrapping up this year into the new year. There's a need to stand your ground, to create healthy boundaries against those who just aren't for you, whatever their reasons are. It feels like they benefit from you overgiving. That's it. So, of course, they're going to be upset if you pull your energy away, pull your support, pull your finances away. It feels like there are some people in your environment who feel entitled to what you have, or they don't think that you should have it. They don't want you to have independence, success. It doesn't go with their story. So it looks like you're just protecting yourself, creating healthy boundaries from this. Again, it feels like that lies and deception and cruelty and ill wishing of others is not, it says a lot more about the people creating those activities than you. It feels like you can detach from that and recognize this has nothing to do with me. So it feels like if you are in agreement, you might still feel hurt by how they're perceiving you. As I'm looking at it energetically, it really does it's so much about them. Talking negatively. This feels like a smear campaign, people ill-wishing you. They have nothing nice to say about you. It feels like they're not saying any of this to your face. They're saying it behind your back. And it's just toxic. It feels like recognizing that, yeah, I'm saying the same thing. How to get the most of this energy is focusing on you, on the world you want, protecting yourself, and recognizing, sure, there are definitely going to be people in this world that don't have the same mindset. I'm going to move on. All right. What's supporting you is justice in reverse. Okay. Interesting. What's supporting you is the attitude, what I've been saying. So 10 of Cups, these people are in the real world, in the 3D. They've gone through life experiences, many, to get to the 10 of Cups. They've gone through a lot of disaster, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of woundedness, but they're not allowing that to affect them. They're choosing to be happy. So what I'm perceiving here is an attitude going into 2025 of these activities, someone talking about you, someone who's ill wishing you, you it won't affect you unless you agree that it can affect you. And the way they're acting in the activity is, if you just detach from it, that says so much about who they are, and it's not who you it's doesn't inform you who you are unless you agree that it does. Feels like what's supporting you is just focusing on love, on happiness, on what you want to create. There definitely feels like there are people that are very miserable themselves, and they have a lot to say from that place of disalignment about you. Boy, I'm oh, the lighting's better. Yay. Okay. So what I'm perceiving here is you having a lot of success in 2025. Very focused on your happiness. And with the Green Knight being a part of this reading where we started, the overall energy is this Green Knight. Can you see how green it is? I get the feeling from as we've moved on in this reading that there are those who are very jealous and very envious of you willing to be yourself, willing to take risks, willing to go at it alone, willing to find your people, willing to be happy is radical in this day and age. And it feels like there are a lot of people that are not happy with themselves. They don't have the confidence to go create their own happiness, and so instead they block. They block others. They talk about people. It's small people. That don't have the courage to do what they prefer. And so I think you're recognizing this. It's people creating injustices are just they can only meet themselves as much as they can only meet you as much as they've met themselves, and this feels like very shallow, wounded people. So what's supporting you is focusing on being happy and using King of Swords energy, cutting people out that that aren't for you, that don't care about you. It doesn't feel like you're saying a lot. I get the feeling people are showing you who they are and how they want to show up. Yeah, it just feels like you're very grounded, very aligned, and just cutting out who and what don't serve you. These aren't people coming in with constructive criticism or interest. They just don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to succeed. Something about you having success, you having happiness, says something about them as well, or they're taking it that way. So what I'm getting is a lot of success, a lot of joy, a lot of finding your people, finding a lot of support, finding an amazing glow up type of energy in 2025, slow and steady. And there are people who have a problem with you having success. So What to be mindful of is the moon in reverse. Yes, this is like lunacy. This is a lot of hidden emotions coming to the surface. There's something about you expanding, being happy, finding people to support you. That also, you having support and people who truly care about you and celebrate you, does it feels like that's the rub. That's at least one. You're not supposed to. There's something in this mindset like you're supposed to be abandoned. You're supposed to be unhappy, but that's how they are, and that you are celebrated and cared for and treated really well. And it's like a new story is opening up. You have created a new story. You found people who really do care about you because you care about you. And it feels like there are people who used to be able to affect you, used to be able to get you wounded and stop having success. They would be able to block you, get back into your place, get back into whatever woundedness, but it's not effective anymore. Feels like you're, with Five of Swords in reverse, you're walking away. You're just not interested in their perspective. You just recognize that engaging in activities with these people, trying to convince them, is an unhappy activity. It doesn't lead to understanding. It just wastes your energy. It's exhausting. It's draining. It feels like you're making very powerful choices about who you want to be in 2025 and who you want around you. And it feels like you're leaving behind these injustice and lies. With the Hermit and Ace of Swords coming out as well in what to be mindful of, it feels like you're willing to go at it alone. Your willingness to go at life alone, to be by yourself, and utilizing the energy of truth, the Ace of Swords, you're willing to, that's your power, the truth, your truth, who you are, your authenticity, your also, there are people that are worried that you going at it alone, you finding a new group with the energy of truth, there's some consciousness level here. I get the feeling that people in your past relied on you being unconscious, you believing, taking in, absorbing, agreeing to how they were perceiving you as less. And so you showed up as less. Now it feels like you are not in agreement. You're in emperor mode, very balanced. Not willing to allow what others are saying about you to affect you. It feels like you have your own counsel. You're very grounded. So what people say about you, to you, there's a maturity and a recognition that that's more about them than it is you. So you're not playing the game. It feels like you've let go of the game of tug of war and just let go. I don't agree. And I don't care how. It feels like you've detached from people who used to be able to really yank your chain around and how you perceive yourself. But now it's like you've got this new truth, new clarity. It feels like seniority. With the Ace of Swords, you can see there's a crown. It feels like in your crown chakra that you're senior. You're your own authority, and you don't give your power away. You don't give others permission to dictate how you should feel about yourself and how you should show up. That feels so powerful and empowering. And terrifying for people who have spent a lot of time abusing you, creating pain in your life, creating lies and injustices. So it feels like they might be fighting. They can't have you succeed. It doesn't go with their worldview. And what I'm getting here is that it feels like they just don't affect you any longer. You're guarded. You recognize that they're not for you. And it feels like this amazing 2025. Feels like slow going is the advice. Take your time, be yourself. And there are those who are not going to enjoy you being yourself. And then there are those who have been waiting, it feels like, for you to show up. And the need for you to show up as yourself so they can see you, so they can recognize you. Feels like there's a lot of support. Feels like your story changes. Feels like you are taking control and changing your story. Feels very balanced, and you're leaving behind people who just aren't for you. So, all right, I'm going to continue on over to Patreon. So if you want to continue, there's a link in the description box below. It says extended reading here. You click on that link, it goes right to part 2 of this reading, where I'll be looking at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. So hope you have a wonderful rest of 2024. And if I don't see you over on Patreon, have a wonderful rest of your year and a great 2025. For the rest of you, I'll see you over on Patreon. Bye.